And side note, I've been seeing the coolest cars on this walk. Like, check this thing out. Is this your car? Love it, man. It's so awesome. Today's Wednesday, March 3rd, third day going strong on the series. We had a fun episode yesterday, going around South Texas, hunting down cows. But today it's been more of a mellow day so far. I had some business to attend to behind camera all morning, but now I'm looking to kind of start my day and obviously take you all along with me. Today on the series, I want to talk about why I chose to move out to Austin in the first place and why exactly I decided to leave film school. It's days like today that are going to be the challenging ones to make episodes because, like this morning and basically this whole afternoon, I'm just busy with other things going on with starting up Voyager and my responsibilities within the company. So it's only like right now, after 5, when I finally kind of get out and I'm free to go do things, and by then the sun's already setting. There's a squirrel staring right at me. What you want, squirrel? So I haven't really given much context about why I am here in Austin and what I am doing out here and why I'm not in school right now. And because today has been kind of a more mellow day, I kind of want to take this time to shed some light on that. So at the end of this past semester, I decided to take a leave of absence from Syracuse University and move out here to Austin to start up a video production company called Voyager. I decided to take that leave of absence because I was enrolled in the film school where I was a junior, and everything was put online. And not only were all my classes online, but our equipment cage had also been closed for the majority of the semester. So of the 3 narrative film projects I was supposed to work on last semester, only one of them we were actually able to check out equipment for. The other 2 I just had to shoot with what I had on hand, which is fine and all. I made the films and I made them with great people, but I've been shooting films like that since high school, with just what I have at my use. And one of the main reasons why I decided to go to film school was to get experience using that professional grade equipment that's used on a Hollywood set, that's used on a big production film set. And without getting that experience, the whole program no longer seemed worthwhile to me. So with all my classes online, with no equipment access, not only did I fall into this creative rut, but I also fell into this mental rut, which I'm sure all of us have been in at one point or another this past year. Just dealing with COVID and the way it's affected our lives. And then the cherry on top with all that was I was planning on studying abroad in Prague this spring, right now, at this film school within the Czech Republic. Those birds just scared the shit out of me. And then once they announced that abroad was most likely going online as well for the entire spring, that's when I really realized that it was time to take a step back and assess really what I was doing at school. One thing I can't stress enough is how fortunate I am and how fortunate I feel to be able to have the opportunity to go to college, to have the opportunity to study film, to follow my dreams. Because that's not a reality for more people than it should be. When I took that step back to reassess and look at what I was really doing with my education, with what I was studying, I felt like I could have been spending my time in a more valuable way. I felt like I wasn't getting out of my education what I felt responsible to get out of it. I didn't feel that I was getting that bang for my buck with online school, with the zero access to equipment, with everything that I was learning last semester. And when I had that realization, it didn't take me long to see that there are many other things that I could be spending my time doing that in the long run would probably be much more valuable for me. It was when my friends Charlie, Sophie, and Maria, who I moved out here with and started Voyager with, came to me with the idea of, hey guys, we're all dissatisfied here. Let's start something of our own. Let's make our own video production company and just do it on our own. Where my eyes lit up and I, for the first time in a while, saw a path. And it was a path that I could carve myself. It was something that I could do and not have to wait on the regulations of others, such as the university or my program. And that was the first time that the idea of actually taking a leave of absence was sparked into my head. And that's when Voyager essentially was created. Just because I'm telling this like crazy story about what I decided to do or what I personally thought was best for me does not mean that I think that's what's best for everyone. I mean, the name of this series is I Don't Know What I'm Doing. So like this literally could just be the worst thing I've ever done, leaving school. Could just be terrible for me. And I should be clear when I talk about leaving school with my leave of absence. I'm not dropping out. I'm taking a year off, but it doesn't mean that I'm not finishing school and getting my degree. So at the end of the day, I saw the decision as I either go to Austin, start the company, do terrible, fail miserably, but learn a ton of valuable knowledge and gain a ton of valuable experience from a failed startup that I would not have learned in film school or really at Syracuse for that matter, or I stay at school and I hope for the best in the spring. I felt that either way I couldn't go wrong. And when I had that clarity, I knew that, well, if I can't fail either way, why not take that risk? Why not do it while I still can, before I have a family or before I really have too many responsibilities that would hold me back from taking that leap and taking this risk and following that dream. So yeah, I think that about covers it. So I guess that brings me to the question, why Austin? One of the big questions I'll get is why Austin? Why move there to start Voyager? Because normally, especially a film kid, people will be like, LA, New York. That's where it's happening. Why not there? That's where everything happens. So my answer to why not New York or LA is because, yes, those two places are traditionally and realistically the hubs of production in the country. But why us as students didn't think it was intelligent to move out there after leaving school was A, we're broke as hell and don't have any money, and B, because of COVID, all those industries and the ins and outs and the systems and everything that we had to break into in order to get work there are so close-knit that now more than ever during COVID, it's that much harder to break in. So we decided that it didn't make sense for us to move somewhere where we wouldn't even be able to focus on our work or on our craft because our day jobs would eat away at all the free time we had during the day just to scrape by and make rent. So that's how we arrived at the decision that it would make more sense for us to move to a more cost-effective city, especially during the pandemic, to find work as college students. And we narrowed down a short list of cities: Nashville, I believe New Orleans, Jacksonville, and Austin. And then once we had that short list, I mean, it wasn't really hard to decide that Austin was the right spot for us, because this place is just booming. I mean, you look alone at like the past 6 months, who's brought their operation out here. You got guys like Elon Musk, you got Joe Rogan, I mean, you got Oracle. That's just to name like a couple that come to mind. And seeing the growth of the city, and not only that, but the amazing community, the booming art scene, just the culture of everything. We made that decision, and within the first week, we were more than happy with it. And now I'm here. Home sweet home.